Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2002 movie Star Wars Attack of the Clones. This is the second movie in the prequel trilogy, and it's once again written and directed by George Lucas. And in this movie, someone has put a bounty on Padme, who used to be the Queen of Naboo, and whoever put the bounty on her is working for the Trade Federation, people from the first movie that they were trying to make a treaty with and stuff, and ObiWan is sent to investigate them and everything, and Anakin has to take Padme to Naboo and keep her in hiding, and eventually, by the end of the movie, they all end up back together with all of the Jedis, and the Clone Wars has begun. This is a pretty good movie, I think, for the most part. It's not a great one. It's not one of my favorites in the franchise, for sure, though. It's easily one of my least favorites, but I think it's still a decent movie. But I feel like the first two acts are really slow and everything, especially the second act, because you got the stuff with Kenobi going on, that stuff is pretty good for the most part. I like him being a detective and stuff like that, kind of, and like he goes and he finds out about the clones and Jango Fett and stuff like that, and we get to see like the origins of Boba Fett and stuff. I like those scenes quite a bit, but when it comes to Anakin and Padme, they just have some really cringe-worthy dialogue, some of the worst dialogue in the franchise, and they have this weird romance going on. Padme wants to do it, but she doesn't at the same, not like have sex, but like she wants to be with him, but at the same time she doesn't think she should because it goes against their rules and stuff, and Anakin keeps pretty much harassing her, trying to get her to be with him, and to be honest, I'm not exactly sure why they didn't just send somebody else to keep an eye out on Padme instead of Anakin, but I mean, I guess they had to have some way for Luke and Leia to exist, so, and there's a lot of really weird scenes in this movie. Like, there's a scene where she's wearing this leather outfit and stuff. It's one of the scenes when she pretty much confesses that she has feelings for him, but she is scared to act on him and stuff. She's wearing this leather outfit like something you would see someone wearing for bondage and stuff. It's like really weird. Everything, but yeah, this movie is pretty decent, though. When they go to Tatooine, and we get to see Owen Lars and Aunt Beru as young I guess they'd be teenagers. I thought that was pretty cool, and we find out that Shmi's Skywalker has been taken by Sand People, and Anakin goes and he kills all of the Sand People after she dies. And I think that his little dialogue and stuff when after they bury his mom and stuff, like when he talks about her and saying that I couldn't save you, I won't let it happen again and stuff like that. I think that was pretty powerful dialogue, and I think that his performance in that scene was really good. And I also think the scene when she's dying and stuff was really good. His performance in that was really good too. Everything. I don't think that Hayden Christensen's really the bad actor that everybody says he is. I've seen him in a few other movies and think he's been good, a lot better in those movies and everything. I think it's just really the way the dialogue and stuff is written in this movie that really hurts it. But this is a really fun movie and at times and everything. And the third act is really great in here. I love once Anakin and Padme get out, like in the arena area with Obi-Wan, is where it really starts getting really good. They have all these creatures that are unique looking, and they have these weird noises and stuff that are attacking them and everything. There's like one that's like a half white tiger, half mouse, and then this thing that looks like a giant praying mantis and stuff. And then there's one that's like a rhino, that kind of looks like a rhino. They're all really cool looking and everything, and I think I had toys of some of those when I was a kid, but they were pretty cool. And then once the other Jedis, like Mace Windu and all of the other ones from the council and stuff, arrive, it starts really getting good. And then, of course, Windu kills Jango Fett, pretty much made him useless throughout most of the movie, although he did get a pretty good fight scene with ObiWan earlier in the movie. But I didn't really like the way they killed Jango Fett. I think they should have done more with that. It was just pretty much set up to show Boba Fett's origins. I would have liked to see more of what went on with Boba Fett in Episode 3, but they don't really show him or anything. That's one thing about the character of Boba Fett. I'm not really a big fan of him because he doesn't really have anything to do in this series and everything. But it was kind of cool getting to see his origin. I just wish they would have done a lot more with it. And they might have in the Clone Wars show if they did, and I didn't know about it because I haven't really seen much of the show. I'm planning on binge watching that on Disney Plus here before too long. But one of my favorite parts in the third act is when the big battle with Dooku and Obi-Wan and Anakin. I think that was a pretty cool battle, but when Yoda comes in there and whoops his butt, that's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. Unfortunately, I feel like the fight just doesn't go on long enough. Like in Episode 1, the third act had a lot of stuff going on and everything, and I think he was trying to cut it down in this one. And I think that in some ways it worked, some ways it didn't. I think that the fight stuff could have lasted a little bit longer, but yeah, I really do enjoy this movie for the most part. I think it's a decent movie. It's not one of my most favorites in the franchise for sure, but I like all the Star Wars movies really. So even the ones that aren't really that great, I think are still decent movies at least. I also gotta say I don't like the CGI in this movie. This one has the worst CGI out of all of them, especially in the third act. That the CGI is really, really bad. And over the top. It's really aged very poorly. Would you get down, kitty? But yeah, so I'd give Revenge of the Sith a 7 out of 10 because I do really enjoy this movie and everything. But it's to me just not the best in the franchise or anything like that. But I think it's decent. I understand why people don't like it. This one out of all the prequels is the one that I could understand the most, because to me it feels just like the one that's like the slowest paced and stuff like that, and like the dialogue and stuff is really terrible. But like I said, George Lucas is really good at writing a story, but when it comes to dialogue and stuff, he's just not very good at it. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Star Wars Attack of the Clones, and hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, and may the Force be with you.